All right, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3, and we're good to go. All right. So, hey everybody, hope you guys are all having a great day. It has definitely not been a great day for the markets, to say the least here. Loki says hello. Loki, he's playing with a toy, so he's going to try to get over my shoulder. Loki, up, up, up. Maybe? Can I have the toy? No, apparently not. But anyway, hope you guys all had a good day. I've been pretty busy outside with Loki, having a good time. I'm going to go out later on tonight, so this stream is probably not going to be as long as normal, that's for sure. But we're going to talk for a couple hours, going over the Bitcoin prices, chilling out, kind of trying to figure out what's going on Bitcoin here, because we're in an interesting spot. We're in one of those rare spots where anything could happen, let's just say that, where there's still an opportunity for bulls to push Bitcoin up. More likely than not, Bitcoin comes back down, but there is an effort, which can only happen in a bull market, that can cause us to start moving back up. Maybe not for all-time highs again in the next week or so, but at least try to get us back up to making a higher lows for another breakout opportunity down the road. So let's talk about it here. And what I'm going to do very fast is, I messed with my music last time when I was doing a video. So basically what I'm going to do here, is test out some audio. Hold on. And the music sounds okay at this point. Yeah, the music sounds okay for the background. Oops, sorry. I'm trying to get rid of this little audio. There we go. Okay. So, hey noobs, hey Barrier Drifter, Dusty, Havoc, Jane. Happy to see all of you guys there. Right here. And Kyle as well. Cold where you are. I see you're pretty bundled up. Oh, I was outside with Loki. I've been spending a lot of time with Loki outside. So I did like 3 separate videos outside for the channel today. All because I was outside hanging with Loki. It's one of those days where it's nice and sunny, but it's still incredibly chilly. But I'm gonna go out here a little bit later on tonight to go to the cigar lounge. And since I lost my keys somewhere, I think my cleaning lady moved them somewhere, but I just don't know where exactly. So I'm just gonna take an Uber over there. That way I can at least drink and have a good time. If I drive over there, I don't drink. I just I just drink some sparkling water. But I'll be going out a little bit later on tonight, and I want to make sure I'm warm. It's been like somewhat chilly lately, but anyway, let's kind of break down what happened with Bitcoin today. If you guys were on the stream last night, we talked about all this ahead of time, so I don't think many of you guys were surprised, unfortunately, because we did end up having the up and down, that kind of a bump right there. I mean, we got sent all the way back down here, and if I do add that 20-day moving average here, unfortunately, you guys can see that we broke down below it on the 4-hour chart, the 2-hour chart, we all broke above it. Even over here on the 15-minute chart, you can see how it tried to hold for just a little bit, tried one last bounce, and then a huge candle came down to really break us back down below this. And you can see right now, there's a little bit of resistance amongst this. Now, since the new day started, you'll see that it kind of has a wonky angle, if you will. Don't look at it too much at this point. It kind of becomes more useful towards the end of the day. So don't worry too much about it here. What I would say instead is just go over here to the daily chart, take that one off, and then you can kind of see, are we above the moving average or are we not? Right now, we are not above the moving average, so we still got some work to do here. However, if Bitcoin were to go back over here to let's exit out of this very fast. If we go over here to the 4-hour charts and such, we have a little bit of an opportunity to consolidate. Now, this consolidation might not take place until about tomorrow morning. Ooh, excuse me, guys. My nose is very, very ticklish right now. Trying not to sneeze. Trying really hard not to sneeze. Okay, there we go. All right. So what you guys are looking for here is a little bit of consolidation that brings it back up and then looks for a breakout. That breakout probably is not happening until like 5 o'clock tomorrow, 9 o'clock tomorrow. So I would say maybe more close 1 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon, my time, or 5 o'clock. So close to about like 20 hours, 18-20 hours from now, so quite a bit of time, right? So that's what I'm hoping for in the short term here, or in the medium term, I guess you might say. In the short term here, I think we do got some opportunities. As I told you guys before, I did buy a lot of cryptocurrencies today, whether that be altcoins or Bitcoin, but I didn't go all in again because I still think we might have a little more of a downward move. So before we start going over these bearish opportunities, right now, if Bitcoin's not able to do any of this stuff, we're still bearish. Okay, that means we are still coming back down, probably down to $62,000, $60,000, and things can get a lot more painful. Just before we go on, okay, I don't want you guys to think I flipped around, like, did 360 or to me a 180 from yesterday. Now, on the 15-minute chart, you can see how we've tried to hold on for a little bit here, and we're just looking for this breakout that could take us up. That breakout isn't going to solve all of our problems, but what it does do is it unlocks the potential for us to get all the way back over here around 67,400 or so, and then consolidate, and it gives us time to work away, find a way above this breakout point, basically. Okay, so over the next few minutes, we're actually going to be paying attention pretty closely to this, because if we can get a couple of change of characters, we're going to be in a much better spot. 5-minute chart's always been doing okay so far. Oh, we actually haven't broken above it yet. We're trying to break above it right now. What's my phone doing? Okay, so my phone's been doing these little bzz, bzz, bzz things without telling me what exactly it's for. But you can see right now Bitcoin is trying to break out and go back up here. If we can break out above this, it's already going to be a good sign. If we can get back above, what is this, 66,800 basically, that's going to be a great sign for Bitcoin finding some short-term consolidation. Now, going back into that bearish thesis, if you guys are still waiting for another dip and so forth, there are a few reasons why you might be expecting Bitcoin to come back down a little bit more. The reason why I wanted to start off with the bullish one is because typically in these bullish markets, even if we have really bad days, Bitcoin still has a way sometimes of just going back up without, and just ignoring some of those other technicals that are going on. Now, when it comes to Bitcoin on the daily chart, we do have everything pointing negative right now as far as the oscillators are concerned. That does not make me happy. That's why I still have some powder, some extra money ready to go to buy cryptocurrencies if we do decide to move down a little bit more. And again, we really haven't had an opportunity to break out above this level here. So until we break out, it's still a downtrend. It's still bearish. It's still not a good thing to see. Now, one of the reasons why I want us to actually have this breakout, though, sometime tomorrow, the day after, it would happen more likely tomorrow in the afternoon sometime. The reason why I want it to happen is you guys can see the 50 moving average, the 20 moving average, and the 200 moving average here right on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart. Well, when's the last time those suckers had a death cross? Let me get rid of the oscillators here for a second. Let me just go over here. Right. Last time they all came to cross was way back over here. And that was a drop that lasted for a few days here. Now, you may say, oh my gosh, that's not a terrible drop. Well, from the time we actually had those crossovers, it ended up coming down about an extra $4,200, another 10%. So that's where we might end up coming back down to maybe $62,000, $60,000 levels, and might have a better opportunity to buy up and load up around those times. But don't be surprised if we just go stagnant for a little bit as we try to break down each level. Don't expect it to maybe go down straight again today, unless we really see some volume coming over. Like I wanted to, let me see if I can find it here. There you go. Let's see, does that work? I wanted to have the aggregate trade, whatever it's called, on here for you guys, but I totally forgot exactly which window it is. Oh, there it is. See, might as well do this again. Chrome, there we go. Okay, perfect. I don't know why it makes me do the same thing over and over again. Stretch that a little bit more. Oh, but at least it's pretty much there to where it was before, though, isn't it? That's kind of nice. All right, build that out a little bit here. Move that over a little bit there. And there's something funky blocking this. What is it? Oh. Well, actually, let's just make this fit then. There we are. And that works. That way we can kind of see what's going on here as far as those order blocks and stuff like that. So let me move this over here a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, so long story short, we are still bearish amongst a whole bunch of stuff. There are going to be a few opportunities to slow down this train, and if we do slow down, that's where bulls can try to take back over. We're at the beginning stages of trying to slow down here, just at the beginning. So throughout this stream today, you're probably not going to see a whole bunch of stuff here that's going crazy. You're going to see us try to break back out and then go sideways. Maybe we'll have a little more of a pump towards 67,500 or something like that. Sure. But, I'm not anticipating some large move that takes us all the way back up here to 70,500 or so. You know, like another $4,000 day. Not something I'm looking for today. Mostly just, can we hold on long enough to keep this trend going sideways? Therefore, bulls can come in, and again, we can try to break out from there, and then maybe not go back up to all-time highs, but at least if we do make this larger move here, let me go back over here to this chart. You know what we could do on a 4-hour chart like this, or even a daily chart like this? You know what we could do? We can come back down, come back up, and make a lower high, either make a higher low from here, or just keep coming down. Either way, but at least we're giving ourselves an opportunity to form a breakout, and those breakouts are going to be key for what we're looking at in the future. Because as Bitcoin consolidates here, you know what I'm doing? I'm salivating over all those altcoins that I haven't had an opportunity to buy. Because today, you know, what did Bitcoin go down? About 4,000 bucks, or about 5.5 to 6%. Let's just call it 6%, rounded up a little bit. Well, you know, Ethereum went down quite a bit. Solana went down a little bit. But Solana's been kind of going against the trend here, hasn't it? ADA came down quite hard. Dogecoin came down quite hard. These are 4-hour charts. There we go. And you can see how a lot of those things that we were talking about yesterday with those moving averages, they also broke down. So I would anticipate a lot of these things have to still make their moves down as well here. AMP is still doing fine. I did fine yesterday. Ape token coming back down. So you might see these tokens come back down to their next levels of support. I might be paying attention to the 4-hour charts here because you have a little bit more order blocks. But again, we're looking at a lot of death crosses on the 4-hour charts between the 50s and the 200s and the 20s and the 200s and the 20s and the 50s. I know there's a lot there. But those crossovers right there are not going to be pleasant. Usually when we have them, they're usually not great times, especially after a pump. You know, when's the last time we had them over here? There was only one that happened there. There you go. There's one we had the large move down. That even wasn't even a pump. But yeah, you get the point I'm trying to make here. So we may be in store for maybe a week or two of some rough moves here. The only way to, you know, cancel that out, basically, if I'm not streaming or something, is if Bitcoin, oh, there we go, we're trying to break out, is if Bitcoin can go sideways long enough to break out here. That gives us a much better opening to start moving up sooner rather than later. At least I'm hoping so at this point. All right, let's go to Bitcoin 15-minute chart. All Bitcoin's trying to do is break out right now and have a larger move. You can see on the 5-hour chart, we were just talking about this. They're putting down a wall here, but I don't think it should be that tough for us to break out here. We should be able over the next few minutes to actually have a larger candle. It might look a little bit dramatic, but it's something where we really want to have. All right, so this over here though, back to the 15. And then from there, we can consolidate, go sideways a little bit. So again, it's not going to be the most sexiest thing with Bitcoin, but altcoins may be having a little bit better day. Why does the moving average change when you use a 4-hour chart or a 1-day chart or 15-minute chart? When I use the 4-hour or the 1-day chart, it seems realistic. On a shorter chart, my 200 doesn't make any sense. Why does the moving average change when you use a 4-hour chart? Well, the settings for all of these moving averages, if you go to any one of them, if you go down, they say, oh, right here. Oh, there's a little pop right there. They say time frame and they say chart right here. So basically, you can have it set to anything you want, so like a 12-month move, 12-month, you know, chart, 6-month chart, 3-month, 1-month, week, you know, all the way down to at 1 second, right? But I just have it as chart, so it'll automatically adjust for every single one. Some people don't like using the 200 moving average for maybe the 15-minute chart, or maybe the 10-minute chart or the 30-minute chart. They don't like to use it. In that case, there are other ones out there, like the 9 and the 7 and so forth, maybe even the 15. Those ones might be better your style. This is where I actually say ChatGPT comes in a very big help. If you say, I don't like using this moving average on this particular time frame, it'll actually find you other moving averages that are useful, that are justifiable, and you can implement them into your strategies and see how you like them. And when you find out the moving average, you can also ask it to tell you in what situations do people usually use it. You know, and it can give you the strategy and everything like that. You can kind of try to test it with cryptocurrency, because normally they're not meant for crypto. They're usually meant for Forex or stocks. But you can test it and see if it does work out. And then if it does work out, you can apply it to your overall strategy that you're already using. There you go. So, nice little pop right there. That's what I wanted to see. 15-minute chart will stay here for a little bit. But again, oscillators are looking okay right now. We're looking like we want to consolidate a little bit more. A little bit of an upward move. You're going to see more buyers hopping in here to the market. For me, I'd be buying a lot more into the altcoins though. But just so you guys know, this is more of a temporary, this is a day trade, this is not a swing trade, unless you guys are willing to have a stop loss around $65,000 basically. So if you want to buy right now with Bitcoin, you want to have your stop loss be $65,000, which is close to $1,500 from less than where we are now, so it is pretty up there as far as percentage, so just keep that in mind. A little bit more of an aggressive play here. Were you saying it can't dump here? No, it can definitely dump here. I'm still bearish until Bitcoin has this breakout, but basically what I was trying to do here, maybe I was a little bit more confusing than I needed to be. Right now, Bitcoin is bearish. We should be going back down towards $62,000. However, it doesn't look like we just want to crash over the next few minutes and just go straight down. It looks like we want to consolidate for a while, and then from there, we probably would get pushed back down. Now, if I go over here to this 15-minute chart, right, we got this trend line right here. We're in a downtrend, unfortunately, and we're going to try to get out of it. However, if we do go through a consolidation period right here, that opens up the door for bulls, if there's enough momentum behind them, to push us up higher over here, right, and to have a breakout. That breakout, in my opinion, won't necessarily move Bitcoin back to all-time highs like this. Instead, what it'll most likely do is cause Bitcoin to go back up, come back down, maybe we'll bounce off some order block or something, but in the meantime, we'll now have a new trend line right there. All right, and then if you want to expand upon that theory, because right now we don't know if it's going to happen, of course, what this may do is this may open up the door for a larger move on Wednesday. And why Wednesday? Because Wednesday is when Jerome Powell is coming out and they're having the FOMC meeting. So if he gives out some dovish, dovish notes, or he does a dovish speech, basically, that may give Bitcoin a catalyst to move much higher. But right now, until Bitcoin's found a way to break out, we're still bearish. Okay, we're still bearish at this point in time. However, there are a lot of you guys that like to try to buy the falling knives and whatnot. This is the falling knife down here for people to buy up. Remember, I usually buy above the 20-week move, or the 20 moving average on the 15-minute chart. Usually it works pretty well after you kind of crash. Some circumstances it doesn't right here, like that one. Other ones it does do okay. Well, no, we haven't had one in a hot minute. Yeah, right there, like there it does. But yeah, so take your time with this one. There's no reason to rush into it. The real concern is, you'd probably want to be day trading altcoins today and then looking for opportunities to buy more altcoins if there was going to be another dip, because everything is going to try to recover for part of the day today. Going into tomorrow afternoon, into the next daily candle, things are going to look a little bit different, a little bit more bearish here, and that's what I'm hoping isn't going to happen. It's kind of like how, how I normally stream in the evening times, and when I was talking to you guys last night, I was like, oh, there's a good chance that we're just going to be going up here than down. Can I go to the 4-hour chart? There you go. And then boom, we did it. We ended up coming back down, like I said, but it was all the way in the morning time when I'm flat asleep, and I'm just like, Actually, I think around this time when it was dumping over here on 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock, I think I was actually outside with Loki for most of that time, but you get the point. Right now, we're just breathing a little bit. We can always go back up a little bit, cool off, get altcoins some money. You can do some day trades, and then all of a sudden we're going back down to looking very, very bearish. Right now, I think we're in this type of mindset where we want to go back up over the next few hours. I just don't think we're going to break out, but I think the opportunity is there for us. To me, it feels like, don't we want to break down below this 200 moving average here? I don't see us holding above that unless we get some really good news here, because I thought we would have been much stronger, in a much stronger position after breaking out of all-time highs just a few weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, I don't remember. Time's moving too fast these days. But yeah, I would still say I'm bearish, but if you want to go long for some of the things for like a few hours, yeah, it's so far we're looking pretty good here. I mean, look what, BOEM is already at 16, 17%. I told you guys if you wanted to buy into it down here, you just want to buy and hold, and I mean, I guess what if you bought and hold, what would you be up? Yeah, like 100% right now. I mean, you guys, you would have been up 100% if you would have just within the 5 hours, but still, I probably was asleep at 3:45 in the morning here. But you could even see a little bit of an upward trend line here, so maybe it's able to break above that and just start going much higher. If you want to look at in a wonky way, you could always see kind of shoulder, head, and shoulder. Not the best head and shoulders, of course, but you get that trend line point there. So a lot of good stuff's happening today. But I'm day trading, not swing trading here. My swing trades are not even being thought of at this moment in time. I'm patiently waiting. I have been loading up on longer term assets and doing some day trades for fun, sure. But swing trades, not even in the question, even with something like Solana that's kind of booming up by itself, not even thinking about doing a swing trade on that for right now. There you go. The EMA changes based on the chart you use, time reference. Yes, it sure does. If you don't want it to change, well, it depends on depends on what you're using. But if you don't want it to change, all you have to do is go over here to the MA, go to the settings. Then go to chart and change it to the time frame you want. That's why when I have this one right here, when I had that 20-day moving average on the chart last night, this one is set to daily. So no matter what time frame I change it as, it's always going to be daily, while the other ones are always shifting to the different time frame. This one is always set to the daily 20 moving average, or the 20-day moving average. So no matter what I do, if I go to a weekly chart, it's going to look ugly, but it's still going to be that 20-day moving average. Go to the monthly charts, it's still going to be that 20-day moving average. This is the 20 moving average on the monthly chart, so 20-month moving average. This one is always going to be the 20-day moving average, no matter how much I move stuff around. Only bad thing about it is if you do like a weekly moving average or a 20-day moving average or something like that, if you go to the smaller time frames, like a 5-minute or a 1 minute, sometimes you'll see how like the moving average just gets cut off right here. See how it's there, then it just kind of gets, you know. Sometimes you just don't see it. Right here you can see it a little bit, but yeah, sometimes you aren't able to see it, so just be careful with it. Let's see. Calculation time now, that should be fine. There you go. I want to get rid of this. I had it on last night when we were talking about maybe holding support over here. Yeah, over here. There you go. I was like, I was not live that early in the afternoon here. All right, though. There you go. Let me. I forget, I have to change these things every now and again to make them a little bit larger size so you guys can see them, even though you guys have the ticker. There you go. But basically, these are very small or very large based off of what I'm doing with my phone. Because if I change the settings on my phone, it changes the settings on the website as well, which kind of sucks. And they protect me, I appreciate it. And hey, Striker, my day was pretty good. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, thanks for asking, excuse me. And hey, JR, yeah, I do got a Telegram. I haven't been messaging in there as much as I want to, but I did post in there today, warning about the 20-day moving average drop. I'm gonna start up a group here pretty soon, and that group is gonna be for people that want to talk in there. And I know a couple of you guys want to be mods. One of you guys sent me an email, so I'm gonna send them an email back here soon and say, hey, if you want to be a mod on the Telegram channel, the YouTube channel, just remind me next time I go live and I'll make you a mod. So I'm pretty excited for it. But yeah, the link is down below in the description, I believe. And I saw what happened with Sugarfish. I don't know, did he get in trouble? I mean, he hasn't been here in like a week or something like that, so I could probably message him. I talked with him on Discord, but I haven't we haven't talked much on the stream in a while. But he was here last week, I guess, in the stream. I took a nap and my portfolio was in a nice place. I removed some of the stop limits to get more cash heavy. Woke up and my stuff was down 20% from where I went to sleep. LOL, should have cashed out and gave. Sometimes it happens, but man, that's why I was talking about those stop losses last night towards the end of the stream. You just got to be careful because we knew Bitcoin and altcoins are probably going to be coming down, but 5% move for Bitcoin, that's not the end of the world. But when those altcoins start dropping off cliffs, it does get a lot more dramatic. Like over here, what did we have? WIF token, I think it was. Or no, was it? Yeah, Milady token. I mean, it fell off a cliff here. Just a complete cliff fall. So if you go from those highs from yesterday, downs, fell like 54% in the last 2 days and 24 hours. 54%. So yeah, huge move down. Now, it has come up quite a bit, of course, so in the scheme of things, this isn't terrible, but dollar cost averaging wise, it's just going to give you better opportunities to buy up. But yeah, some of those tokens got hit really, really hard. There we go. Oh, and thanks, Kilo Try. I appreciate it. And hey, Haram, good morning or good afternoon. Probably for you, good morning. Maybe good afternoon. I'm not entirely sure. Good evening. My altcoin started to pump once Bitcoin came back to 69,000 and traded sideways for hours. Hey, sideways is better than down. What's right there? Hey, Edwards, is that what the altcoin market's waiting for? Yeah, so, I mean, altcoins had been looking a lot more bearish than Bitcoin over the last few days because a lot of them haven't been doing much. You know, think of some of the stuff we've been talking about, like a Shiba Inu or, you know, something similar to that. They themselves have just started to break down below those support levels here. It hasn't been looking too good for those altcoins. However, again, once Bitcoin starts to go sideways, even if we go sideways just for the next like 4 or 5 hours, as next 24 to 48 hours before trying to make that breakout or whatever, you should still see those altcoins trying to have like 5 to 10% gains, say at minimum, and maybe they can go even higher. The only way those altcoins are going to have a very, very bad day over the next maybe 10 hours or 12 hours is if Bitcoin just gets slammed from here, and then, you know, in like 5 hours from now we're back at 62,000. I don't think that's going to happen here unless bulls like really just give up on everything, which it doesn't make sense for them to try that right now. So altcoin should have a pretty productive day. So far we're seeing altcoins up anywhere from like maybe 0.5% to 3% on average, it looks like. I see a lot of stuff kind of around 1.5 to 2, you might say, but you know, overall, it's because everything's really had a bad week. You know, Bitcoin's down. Well, let me refresh this page. I got water just in case I was going to be streaming for a while. You know, Bitcoin's down 4% in the last 24 hours. It's also down 4% for the last week. Ethereum's down 4% last 24 hours. Solana's up 0.7%, which is pretty nice. XRP's down 4%. ADA's down 7%. Dogecoin is down a whopping 10%. You know, AVAX is down 6%. Shiba Inu's down a freaking 13%. You know, DOT's down 8%. TON is down 6%. Tron is down 1%. So, you know, there's a variety here. But most stuff over the last hour, since we kind of had a new daily chart here, BOEM is up quite a bit. It's already in the top 100 here. I mean, people are going to play with that for a while, but man, it's best thing you can do is just buy and hold. RNDR is up 7%. I'm happy on some of that. The GRT is up 6%. AR is up 6%. NEAR is up 4%. Maker is up 4%. Then you got a meme token over here and a couple other meme tokens like Pepe down below. So, you know, we're seeing some decent rebounds, but it's only because they went down so much yesterday. It's a kind of a breathing day. So a lot of people are going to be looking for technical breakouts on the 1 hour and 15-minute charts, and then trying to buy those ones for you know, at most a 10-hour trade, at most, you know, 5 or 10 hours. After that, you'll be fine. You'll make some money. You can get out of the trade, or if you can hold on if you want to. But I'm not going to be holding on. I'll tell you that. Let's see, make a move right here. See, yeah, Edward, yeah. You can do it with a lot of different stuff. Like right here, I'm on like BYDFi and things like that. If you go over here to settings, it uses TradingView. So if it uses TradingView, you can have it. You know, you should be able to set things up here. Source, close, style, plot. Or maybe not. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. Another chart symbol. Source length. Line. You know, I wonder, because they updated TradingView, I wonder if I would have to get a new indicator on here. So maybe if I went with some other TradingView version. Where is it at? Oh, no. Don't want to take a screenshot. Okay, sorry, my contacts are kind of dry, so I'm kind of blind. which is why I was sitting back talking a little bit more. Where's that? There you go. Yeah, okay. SMA? Smooth moving average? No. Moving average? No, okay. Let me try moving average exponential very fast. So it's close, yes, offset. Smooth one. Yeah, you might not be able to change it on Kraken if they use this one. That is interesting. I've never tried to change it before because normally I just like to have them a little bit different. But yeah, so you might not be able to change it. You might be able to. Let me know. Yeah, let me know. There you go. And hey, Edward, thank you so much for joining the Ruby level, dude. I really do appreciate it. And let me know if you have any other questions. Mine didn't have a chart view like you suggested. I'm using Kraken Pro. Okay, yeah. It might just be that they use different software. Like right now, if you go to indicators, metrics, and strategies on TradingView, if you type in moving average, you get moving average simple now. They don't even have just the moving average. I don't know when they made that change. I think it was sometime in Q4 of last year, because some of my old charts still have MAs. Like I still have an MA right here, right there. But if I delete that, I will never get it back. And I don't know why they did it. Even the ones I have right now, they are MAs. So if I go over here to SMA, it still has the ability to change, but it's multi-time frame right here, right? Multi-time frame. I guess they just don't have that extra step right there on some of the other tools. Thanks for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. Do support bands? No, they're still worth using, but sometimes on the smaller time frames, yeah, they can really take a beating. I almost think of them as like, you know, overextension versus overvalued, overbought, right? What do I think of the new meme coin Andy on Soul Ticker? Andy, he's another one of Pepe's friends. I don't know. It doesn't sound as cool as Pepe, but I think it might be able to do okay. For me, you know, if you find a meme coin that you're able to buy, you're going to want to try to get into it just for a little bit here and just see if you're able to make any money off of it. Because again, it doesn't take a lot if it's a newer token. You know, it takes like $50, $100. If you have more money to toss in, you can toss in $200 to $1,000, right? And you guys will be fine doing that. But once you hit that point, no matter what altcoin you're looking for, you just want to buy and hold it and then just wait for the altcoin season to do its thing. Then you guys are going to be very, very happy about the results that come along with it. Right now, the hot thing is Bohm. A few weeks ago, it was, you know, Floki. Then before that was like Pepe. Then before that was like Bonk. And then, you know, people rotate in and out of those meme tokens quite a bit. But once the market turns back around a little bit, everything will start to go back sky high. Although, you know, of course, some coins will be moving a lot more than others. And hey, Yang, happy to see you back, man. As soon as ETFs start trading on Monday, we're heading back to 70K. Usually on Mondays, we do have a good pump. The only issue with Monday right now, or not Monday, the only issue coming up right now is that we have the FOMC meeting happening on Wednesday. So one of the things that kicked off this downward move here, unfortunately, was the inflation report that came out. And that inflation report showed that inflation not just going up, but accelerating. So it went up, but it went up way more than expected. That's not a good sign there. However, Jerome Powell shouldn't say anything surprising this Wednesday. He should say, we are still data dependent. At this point in time, we do not feel it's right to be lowering rates, and we don't feel it's right to be raising rates. You know, that's pretty much what he's going to say. I don't know if it's going to lead to a lot more stuff because, you know, a few months ago when I was talking about inflation starting to accelerate, remember, this has been happening for a few months now. I was talking about it. And I was like, oh, this should make Bitcoin move down a little bit more. This should make the market move back down. No, the market just shrugged it off because they're like, oh, no, it doesn't matter. We're going to be raising rates here pretty soon. We're going to be cutting rates pretty soon. It doesn't matter. Another month of going up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now it happens on the third month. And everybody's like, oh, this is something we should be concerned about. And again, this isn't going to hurt the overall, you know, bull market of Bitcoin. It's just giving us larger dips to buy into. But man, you know, Bitcoin, the market as a whole, the stock market, they've all been able to shrug off inflation until now for some reason. And I don't really know what makes it, you know, different. Maybe just, you know, people really think, oh wow, this is really, really bad or something. But they'll figure it out soon. I think oil is still going up a little bit over the last few days. Weekly chart. Yeah, oil's still been grinding up. We got a new high here in this uptrend, so that's not good. This is going to push gas prices up and, you know, oil prices up, which is not going to be the best. But right now, you know, Bitcoin's still gearing up for a larger move. So if you want to trade some altcoins, probably now is the best time you're going to have if you can find a breakout. I wouldn't be trading stuff without a breakout right now. Sorry, I'm drinking out of a pitcher. I wanted to bring down a glass of water, but I just felt like I was going to go away way too fast. What are you thinking about Spell Token? Oh, I like Spell Token a lot, but I'm just dollar cost averaging it, nothing special. It finally went up a few weeks ago, so I'm kind of happy with that. But I haven't been buying as much over the past. I didn't buy as much as I should have, probably. I bought enough for what it was how the performance was going. Nvidia conference Monday. I'm excited to see what happens there. I thought inflation was good for Bitcoin. It would put more dollars in Bitcoin if the Feds raise interest rates. So typically when we have high inflation, that also Bitcoin doesn't necessarily go up during high inflationary times. What it tries to react to is the interest rates and how much debt people have and things of that nature. So when the dollar goes up, right? When interest rates go up, dollar goes up. Usually Bitcoin's going down a little bit more. Bitcoin should go higher when rates are being cut. Right now, everybody's treating Bitcoin as an investment. They're not necessarily treating it as the way to get away from the dollar, you know? And that's the way it's going to be for some time until the government really messes up and prints way too much money. Whenever that happens, it'll happen fast. But right now, you want to have lower inflation, lower interest rates if you want to see Bitcoin go much higher, much faster. One of the reasons the market itself has been pumping up these last few months is everybody's been anticipating a larger move with rate cuts coming down. So everybody's anticipating rate cuts coming down. Everybody's been pricing in what happens afterwards because, you know, it's kind of a forecast. If you go over here to the stock market, for example, right, back in December, we had this huge launch, right? I believe this was actually when Jerome Powell was saying, hey, we're done with rate cuts. So was that November? One of the two. He pretty much said we're done with rate hikes and we're just going to wait to see what happens and we're going to try to cut in March. The sooner we get to March, you know, we're now in February, and now we know we're not going to be having a rate cut in March, and we're probably not going to have one in April. We might have one in June. The market's kind of soured just a little bit because, like, uh-oh, what's happening? What's happening? I don't mind this stagnation right now because, honestly, we needed it after having a really big move with a lot of different assets out there. You can even see how volatile the dollar index was over here. Like, where was it? Over. What is this one? July. Where's August? 24. There you go. So you see right here over in October of last year, this is when we started to get some good news with the ETFs with Bitcoin. So that was the first catalyst. And then, of course, we heard some news about inflation starting to get a little bit better. And so with that good news, go back to like a Bitcoin chart in October. Bitcoin in October was right. This is September. Bitcoin in October was right here. Or better yet, let me just get rid of all this stuff. It's kind of like that, basically, right? So as soon as the dollar started to fall off a cliff because of lower interest rates kind of being forecasted and stuff like that, or lower inflation, which kind of thinks about, you know, well, at that time we're not going to be raising interest rates by the same amount. It's a little bit different, but you get the point. It was a very big boon for Bitcoin, very big boon for Bitcoin here. And so far, this next big move that we've been seeing over here, this has all been because the Bitcoin spot ETF, which has just been trouncing all of the dollar talk that we just went through. Like if I go back over here to the dollar, we should have been going back down in December, or I guess January. And we did. We started going down a little bit for January, but what happened? ETFs came in and kicked everything back up. So don't worry about it too much. Jerome Powell will give us a lot of information, or a lot of nothing information on on Wednesday here, but I don't think it's going to be a surprise to anybody what he says. He's been pretty consistent with his talks about higher for longer, I think is the narrative that people talk about in the news right now. He's not going to cut rates. He's not going to raise rates. He's just going to be data dependent and wait to see what happens next. You know, in hindsight, he probably should have raised rates more, but I don't think anybody could really figure out how powerful this AI boom was going to take the market and the economy, even though I guess you might say everyday people are kind of struggling right now. I hear Dollar Tree and Family Dollar will be closing 1,000 stores. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been inside of one of those places for years personally, but I know they're not the best of places. And I always felt bad going to those places because they usually only have like 1 or 2 staff members, and I had never seen people like overworked in my life like so much as when I went to those types of stores. Absolutely insane. It feels like that might be one of the worst jobs ever, working at a Dollar Tree. See, it's never too late to get in DCA and hold it as long as my plan. Oh, there you go. And hey, Crypto Diva, wow, what a day in the cryptos. I know, but at least we were able to buy up a lot more stuff. I mean, I'm glad I was able to kind of call this last night and be like, hey, everybody, or last few days, honestly. It all started off with that dip. I don't think we were supposed to have, well, in my mind, let me say it this way. In my mind, I don't think we were supposed to have this dip right here, right? That kind of spooked me off. And even this dip over here, I wasn't very happy with them because typically if we want to have those larger moves where we have to retest something, we need to be going up a lot higher. Like, you know, saw this big move, higher move. I know Coinbase crashed, but it's justifiable after having a large move like this, and in a short amount of time, we'll pull back. The fact we were doing this type of crap, just, yeah, it was painful to watch. If you guys are just joining in the stream, there's a few things I want you guys to understand. Bitcoin did break down today below the 20-day moving average. It's not the best thing here. And on top of that, we have a lot of oscillators pointing towards more bearish activity. This bearish activity, if it does continue to pan out, will lead Bitcoin to be coming back down for maybe 1 to 2 weeks where we have to consolidate and wait for another breakout. Anytime during those 2 weeks, we could always have like a sudden boom where a whale comes in here and we have good news and we kind of just go higher like crazy. Every now and again, we used to get something like crazy like that. It's not often though, so don't really try to time that. Now, that being said, there is a way for us to get away from this, because if we do continue moving down here, we are going to be coming back down towards $60,000 for our next level of support, $60,000 to $62,000. Okay, we've already hit our price target of what, 65? Yeah, we already hit that price target last night, or today, excuse me. Now, what you guys are hoping for right now is you are hoping for Bitcoin to go sideways and consolidate just long enough for a breakout. That's what you guys are hoping for right now. If you guys are buying altcoins or anything like that, you guys are just maybe doing shorter day trades if you're going long. If you're trying to buy right now for like, you know, weekly hold or something like that, that might be a little more tricky unless you guys are doing dollar cost averaging for your cycle highs, or you just do very long-term portfolios. You guys are fine, but you know, careful with what you buy right now. Now, if we're able to break out, 2 things could happen. We're not going to go up to all-time highs screeching up like a rocket ship, right? We're probably just going to go up, hit one of these order blocks and come back down, or hit this order block up here and then come back down. And of course, we'll have a new trend line to break out above, and that trend line will be the big move. If we are able to do that, we'd probably break out Wednesday or Thursday. So you would still have a few days left to actually buy back into the market here. Now, more likely than not, until it happens, we will not break out, and we will actually have a move down, where there we go, we're heading back down to $62,000 or so, heading back down to this support level over there. Okay, we might also bump around and stuff like that, but you get the point. So today it's really just watching to see what happens, if we're able to break out or not. Unfortunately for us, this is going to take a little bit of time here, because if we do break out sometime today, it'll be around like 10:30 in the morning tomorrow, or possibly all the way at 10:30 p.m. tomorrow. Honestly, it'd probably happen within the next, 12 to 20 hours or something. 12 to 20 hours. You know, that's probably what you're looking at here. But this gives a good opportunity for a lot of people that want to day trade to have some fun day trading. There we are. McDonald's global disaster today due to computer disaster. Oh, I heard a little bit about it, but they'll survive. Tesla looks like it's good investment with it down in the area it is now. I'll keep adding. Yeah, it's much more of a longer term asset for Tesla. I'm not that good at day trading or swing trading that sucker. Day trading, okay, but swing trading, it's always been the pain in my butt. Let's see. And hey, JH, I appreciate it a lot, my man. JHFJH. FKR. There you go. I finally said your name the whole way through. What's it there? I'm trying to see. Hidden bullish divergence on the 1-day chart, February 25th, the bottom to now. Here, to make it easier, if you guys do have TradingView and you guys do want to just find some divergences, there's an indicator called hidden divergence for many indicators. I know it's kind of not zoomed in right now, but Divergence for many indicators version 4 has about 19,000 likes on here. And what it does is it tries to show you divergences as they pop up, like over here, a little bit over here, a little bit over here. This one might have worked out if it wasn't for FTX. This one over here, a little bit of a move down, but there was only one here. Typically the settings I have are, I want to see at least 2 to make me check it out. There we go. And then I want to have it be regular and hidden divergences. There we go. So how's the smaller time frames looking right now? Got any divergences popping up? We got a few popping up right now. Yeah, got a few. And that matches up with that trend line that we were talking about. Remember? How we can go back up a little bit here, just like it did back over there, and then eventually come down or break out. One or the other. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping that the momentum will shift by then and that we can actually have a stronger move. But so far, these have been okay. I mean, this one worked out, this one worked out, this one worked out, that one kind of worked out. Not as much as you would want. This one gave you a warning, this one did fine, this one gave you a warning. So yeah, 4-hour chart's still working hard. How's the 1-hour chart? Kind of fails a little bit more as you go through these lower time frames. But I would have to assume we have a little bit of divergence right now. Oh, what's going on with it? Study error. Calculation timed out. Should I go to the 2-hour chart? 2-hour seems to be still doing okay. We haven't had the divergence yet on the 2-hour chart though. Had a couple over here, so I think we're still good. But again, overall, we're in this downtrend. We're just taking a breather before either making a larger move down, which is more likely, right? Or the less likely scenario where we break out and try to go higher. I'm looking at these 2-hour charts and 4-hour charts. I'm like, look at all these death crosses coming across. I'm just not happy to experience those ones. Stretch that out just a tad there. Yeah, there we go. Ugh. Feel like I should take this jacket off, but it's also kind of comfortable. Just noisy. And hey, Gamer, front is mooning. Yeah, I saw that earlier a few minutes ago. We were on coinmarketcap.com. Hey, here. I put in a stop loss at 67,700 like you recommended yesterday. Ended up losing a bit, but not getting wrecked completely. Thanks. Hey, no worries, Kira. Those stop losses are basically there for that. There's different reasons why you would want to use them, but when it comes to moves like this, where there's a probability that we go higher, but you still have an open long and you don't want to risk losing a large amount of money, this is how it works out. And if you are a long-term holder, you can just put the money back in and you own more cryptocurrency and so forth. But it's just nice to not be woken up and down a whole bunch of money. It's always a shocker. You know, my long-term portfolio, I woke up and I'm like, I checked it out. I was like, oh yeah, it's down pretty much, quite a bit, right? But you know, whatever swing trades I had open, they all got stopped out, unfortunately. They all got stopped out. But the stop losses help you out there. And of course, if you're day trading just lets you know how much money you can lose or you will make with the target prices on the other side there. It's nice to know that ahead of time. So when you leave your computer, you leave your phone, you go back to work throughout the day, you know, like let's say you wake up in the morning while you're like while the kids or something are eating breakfast, you're on the computer just making a trade. You know that by the time you get to work or something down the road or whatever, you know that your trade will either have worked or not, or maybe throughout the day, you'll know it worked or not, but you know how much money you're going to lose and how much money you're going to make. It takes away some of the stress and worry, so you don't have to check your phone every freaking few minutes, which I used to do. Why did MicroStrategies have such a crazy day Friday, even when Bitcoin was going down? They might have had some news or something, but I don't know. I believe they announced they were buying up more Bitcoin. Wasn't that the story? Yeah, MicroStrategy plans second convertible debt offering this month to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy prices upsized $525 million debt offering to buy more Bitcoin. Yeah, so it looks like this was the big thing here. Other crypto stocks whipsaw as Bitcoin falls. Let's see. Yeah, just the senior notes offering, I guess. Coinbase mimics MicroStrategy, announces $1 billion convertible bond offering. So they might have turned in the paperwork or something on it. My experience with the market is from November 23. We got news of a layoff and interest rate rises. That's why I had positive outview for investing during the interest rate hikes. Yeah, the interest rate hikes were kind of interesting because remember how all of this started, though. We were told that this was transitory inflation. Remember, we got gaslit by a little bit from the Fed, right? They said this. They said, hey, we're experiencing a little bit of inflation. Sure, it's fine. The economy's just getting up there. It'll, be fine. Then it was like, damn, things are getting kind of expensive. It's transitory. It'll fix itself in a while. We don't need to raise interest rates. Everything is still okay. We are A-okay. Then all of a sudden, we kept on going up higher and higher. Like, uh-oh, we need to shift gears here. Inflation is going higher. We did not see this coming. We have to now raise interest rates. They started to raise interest rates a little bit too fast, a little bit too hot. What happened? We had a banking crisis, and we are still having banks that are having issues because of that fast move. And then, of course, once inflation started to come down quite a bit here, they proclaimed victory back in November, December. And the market loved it, right? The market absolutely loved it. And unfortunately, since then, inflation has not been coming down like they thought it was going to be coming down. It's been going sideways, and in some circumstances, going back up here. That's why I always pull out this data every now and again when it comes to inflation and trading economics. So this is the last year. You can see how we're not coming down as much as we used to. Look at the 5-year. Let's go over here to the. There you go. See how we were coming down bit by bit by bit, and everything was really, really good. Everything was fine. Still coming down a little bit of bumps and whatnot, but we were okay, right? We were supposed to take a little bit of a sideways action, then go down, because basically, see how fast we came up over here? We were supposed to kind of fall off the cliff like this. We didn't, right? So, unfortunately, things looking a little bit salty here. Maybe we figure out a way to get back up here. But we keep on seeing surprises to the upside. And I think that part of it is because there are certain types of inflation. Like if I go over here to food inflation, it's coming down, just not coming down back too much faster. There's the 5-year, right? Doing better than most though. What's the other one here? Rent inflation, it's starting to come down quite a bit, but it's still at 6% here. And if you go to the 5-hour chart, or between the 5-year chart, right? Get out of here. Get scat. There you go. All right. We want to get back over here to pre-COVID prices, back over here around 3.35%, 3.5% basically. And we're still sitting over here at 5.7. So we are still very far away from having some good inflationary levels, unfortunately. And the last one here is going to be the services inflation. I think this is what people take a look at. Excuse me, guys. This is what people on CNBC talk about a lot. There's that bald head guy that talks a lot during these types of reports. He's usually talking about this stuff. This is pretty much stopped. Look at this, 2020, a 290, 275, or 2.9, 2.75. We're still stuck at 4.9. It's not going down. And if you go into these reports, everything's more expensive. Labor's more expensive because, again, if you own a store or a restaurant or something, right, service type of company or a restaurant, whatever it may be, all of a sudden, all of your employees have to pay for all of the rises in the cost of food, the rises of gas and stuff like that. They have to pay for that. So they want you to pay them more money, or they're going to go find a work somewhere else. And you would normally say, well, go find other people, go find other work somewhere else. But unfortunately, if you let them go, you don't have a high chance of finding a replacement because the labor market is too tight. Yep. And so you're like, uh-oh, I have to pay them more. And if you have to pay them more, that means in order to pay for them, you have to raise the prices of your goods in order to retain those workers. And on top of that, you know, you think about just the price of beef, chicken, eggs, you know, all that type of stuff. Even the price of getting everything to your store with gas, everything's higher. So on top of that, all of your prices are going sky high. So it's not a pleasant time, right? Do I recommend shorting or longing right now? I'd probably wait for a while and try to short it down, but I'm not shorting in this environment at all. Mostly because I'm going to be sleeping with all the fun stuff happens. But I'd be shorting rather than going long. Do I recommend? Oh, sorry. Yes, we did get gaslight from the Fed. Yes, sir. Things were expensive. Yes, sorry, I was mixing interest rates and inflation up. Thank you, Michael. Very good analysis and sources. You are well researched. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. That really ticked me off. Remember, guys, we were in a recession in 2022. We were in a recession, but nobody talked about it because it was a huge election year. It was I think it was because so Trump lost in 2020, right? And then there was a 2022 midterm election. They didn't want the Republicans to take back the House because they were afraid that might say that, uh-oh, Biden's failing, and that may mean Trump may come back. You know, yada, 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 whatever. Let's not go too deep into the weed works there. But, what was it? Wikipedia changed the definition of a recession, and so did, what's the other one? Definition. White House. Investopedia changed it. Right. A lot of the main websites that we look to for information, they all changed the definitions of recession. And the crazy part is, enough people, for whatever reason, they had taken screenshots of it, and then maybe for, I guess it was college and stuff, they took screenshots of it and they showed the before and after when they changed it. Like so this is the old one that they reintroduced, but they took out the, oh, let me read this. A recession is a significant, widespread, and prolonged downturn in economic activity. A common rule of thumb is that 2 consecutive quarters of negative gross domestic product growth means recession, although more complex formulas are also used. This part was added, and this part wasn't there when they switched it up. Everybody called them out on it, and so they were forced to take it back, you know. But like it was wild. And then of course here, I think can't tell if there was fireworks outside my house or gunshots. I don't hear gunshots all too often besides the military bases, but I wonder what it was. I'll figure it out. What do you call, if there's ever any like big event, I'll have like an alert from a ring. The ring, a system will say like, hey, you know, check this out or something like that. Did somebody hear those gunshots or whatever? It sounded like firecrackers, but who's lighting firecrackers? Maybe people that are celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, you can see all the revisions here, so it was very easy for people to find it back in the day. Undo, but yeah, there was a lot of stuff over here. Let's not get into that one because I don't want to try to search because there's so many revisions happening. But yeah, it was a really, really bad experience. And also on top of that, if I go over here to GDP, oh no, GDP. No. Okay, that's good. I know there's a different one I have to find. United States GDP? Is this it? No. Must be the one below it. Growth rate. There you go. You can see right there in 2022, those are the 2 negative quarters of GDP growth. So if I go to any of the stock markets, like let's say Q1, Q2 of 2022, let's get out of that one. All right, Q1, Q2, and then we hopped into Q3 over here, recession. And typically you want to be loading up in a recession, which we were in a certain perspective, but the way the government was framing it was you don't want to buy right now because it'll keep on going lower because again we're not really in a recession. It was wild. But now if you hear people on CNBC, they might say this is a recession. But yeah, we got gaslit heavy there. But also Bitcoin in that same time frame, right? It also got hit pretty hard. Although it was kind of weird to see everything kind of going down at the same time there. Because, you know, this is typically just a normal bear market. But if you think about it, things really start to get bad right over here once we started to go into a recession as well. But I don't put too much on Bitcoin there, you know, versus in a recession or not. I usually think about it more in terms of the stock market. How do I feel about the Book of Meme? If you want to trade that sucker, best of luck. But how I explained it last night is just to buy it and hold it. If you would have did that last night when I was telling people that, you'd be up over 100% right now. All you want to do is buy and hold and see where it goes. At this point, though, it's getting more and more difficult to try to justify buying up large amounts of it because it is already above a $1 billion market cap. So instead of dollar cost averaging it over and over and over again, I might just have a set of money I want to put in there. I may just buy. Next time it drops 10 to 20, 30%, I may buy, and then that's it. And I'll just wait to see where it goes over the next few months. And if it goes higher, power to it. I expect it to go much higher. But if it kind of stagnates for a while, whatever, you know, and everybody's attention moves on to another new meme coin, you know, I bet it'll I won't have lost that much money. But I don't anticipate it to like just fall from grace. It'll turn into like a Pepe or something like that over time. Because remember, so far when you go over here to, let's get rid of these things. There you go. Boom. When you look at something like this, and oops, sorry. Wow, my contacts are so dry. I need to buy some eye drops. Go over here to market cap. Okay. Oh, it's not going to give it to me. Oh well, you know, you go from a few $100 million market cap all the way up here to 1.1 billion, and where we are right now, what, 1.3 billion? You know, a few $100 million to 1.3 billion. All the same tokens that we've been looking at over the past few months. They've all been doing the same thing, but they've all been doing it in their own time. So here's Pepe, market cap, 1 year, right? And it went from $253 million market cap all the way up to, at the high over here a few weeks ago. Let me zoom in here, to $4.47 billion market cap. So they've all kind of been through this pattern. Eventually it will slow down. But if you're looking to hold on to something for the cycle, it seems like it's still working pretty well. It still is at a lower market cap when you think about some of the other meme tokens out there. So yeah, what's the other one? Dog whiff hat. Excuse me. Year, it went from $200 million market cap all the way up to 3.2. So it's just kind of following the same pattern as a bunch of the other ones, which is why, you know, I'm not totally mad that I don't have access to buying it right now. I know there's going to be another one that pops up, but my thing is here, I've already started to buy up some of the other ones, so in case they do go up, I will have already gotten a position way down here, so when it starts to go all sky high and stuff, I don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? Like right here, if you go over to coinmarketcap.com, you find one of these meme tokens, you scroll down on the left hand side, you're gonna see a tag here. There you go, a tag right here. My head was blocking it. You hit that button right there that says memes. It'll show you all the meme coins, top meme tokens by market capitalization. You go down here and you find some of the ones that are still like below $400-300 million market cap, and you buy some of those up. Like I have Baby Dogecoin right now. I have Meme. I have Bonk. I have everything on this list except for Book of Meme. because it wasn't on any of the exchanges I could buy. But besides that, you know, on Meme, Baby Dogecoin, Cockino, I haven't been able to buy that yet. Mog, I don't own any Trump, but I've been trying to find somewhere to buy it. Pepe Fork, I don't own that one. I own Miro, I own Milady, I own Dogelon Mars. So I'm hoping that Milady can be one of the next ones, or Miro can be one of the next ones here. I'm really banking on Miro to have a nice move here. But I think since I bought Miro, I think it's already down by like 10-20% or something. So I probably need to average down a little bit more into that one particularly, because I bought it right before the dump over the last few days. Can Book of Memes hit $1? That market cap might be a little extreme for it. Might be a little extreme. Hold on a second here. I don't think so, but let me see if ChatGPT can help me out. I like being able just to ask it, you know. I have a 02416 and a 1.334 $billion market cap. What market cap would it need at $1 price? There you go. All right. Right now I'm saying no, but let me just double check to make sure that I'm not giving you some bad answer here. It's doing some math here. So current price for the token 0.002. Yes, yes, yes. Desired price of $1. Current market cap 150 billion. Let's see. No, it says it might be able to. If it gets up to a $53 billion market cap, it can. So I would say it can. Likelihood still kind of on the fence. Still on the fence. What did Dogecoin do at the height of its bull market here? $64 billion. So it's possible. It's possible. It would have to be the chosen one, though. It would have to be the chosen one. Let me do a double check and see what Sheeb did, because Sheeb was the secondary, runner up here. How did this react here? Yeah, that only made it to 43 billion. So yeah, it might have to be the chosen one if it's going to make such a move. If you want to see that type of move there. Most likely not, but it's not so crazy to think it, right? So if you're aiming for $1, I might really start to think around 70 to 80 cents, if it gets really, really good. I would probably start selling around 40 to 50 cents though at that first initial sell off, if you're able to buy in at a low market cap. I know a lot of people weren't able to this time because of the way the token was kind of brought out to exchanges, but still, it's good. I don't know what meme tokens are actually owned by the AVAX Foundation. I usually just buy a little bit of every meme token I can find as long as it's on an exchange. Like right here, like I said, go over here to memes. If it's not on CoinMarketCap, I don't check it out. Sometimes it takes them a while to be put on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. But there's a decent amount here. And then usually it has to be above $1 million market cap for me to go into it. Or it has to be able to, has to be on an exchange I can buy. So usually the exchanges where I can buy it is going to be a BYDFi if I'm lucky, or maybe a Coinbase with spot trading or a spot trading account with crypto.com. So usually a few. But if I go over here to Cat Girl seems interesting. If I go over here to markets, it's on LBank, Jupiter, MEXC, and that's it. Right? So I don't really have many, or Gate.io. I don't really have many opportunities to buy it, and I'm not going to open up an LBank account because I don't even think I have access to LBank. Yeah, they can't provide any services for me. Oh, so sad. But yeah, I don't go chasing after them. No option to buy Book of Meme in New York. Yeah, see, it sucks. Book of Meme is available on Crow Exchange. It might be able to. I don't know. I'm in Washington State, and we have our own rules about what tokens we can buy as well. So it might be on Crow, but not for me here. Hey John, what is Brit on base? I don't actually know what that is. What's it here? Could you look at Matic? I scaled out of a lot up to 129, and I'm wanting to buy back more coins with the profits. Well, you could be dollar cost averaging Matic a little bit right now, guys. We're about, what, did we go back down below a dollar? Oh, we didn't actually. Let's see. Yeah, because last time we talked about the breakout right there, ended up doing okay. But it still was kind of a shaky breakout, wasn't it? Let's go over here. Okay. Let's start for the weekly chart right now. So the weekly chart, you're getting a little bit more into bearish territory here. You do have a little bit of support for Matic, right around like a 96 cents to a dollar. Basically, just think about a dollar. So, did we get rejected off of anything over here? It looks like we did as well. No, we didn't. We managed to break out there. I just got rejected there. That's fine. Okay, so facing a little bit of rejection. Yeah, we're coming back down a little bit. You're waiting for an opportunity to buy back more after having a great exit position there. I know. In hindsight, I'm really happy I sold off a lot of those other coins at March 2nd with the other wallet. I don't know what the prices would be right now. Let's see. I mean, this thing definitely wants to come down a little bit more here, but because you're trying to buy back into it, I might try to do maybe 10% every other day until you see another larger drop. Because this looks like it could definitely come all the way back down here towards 97 cents. I know it doesn't look like a large move, but that's like an 8% move from where we are right now. And we're already going to have the death crosses showing up sometime tomorrow. You know, if you wanted to do a day trade on it, yeah, day trade seems like a great idea right now. But as far as, you know, getting the best value for holding on for the next few weeks and months, you know, I would say I would probably wait for it to come back down here towards 99 cents to a dollar. It'll probably dip down below a dollar, but for me, that's just kind of a sweet spot of what's going to be happening. Now, I'd probably try to have at least 50% of my position that I want to buy in around that dollar range. It's up to you if you want to hold the rest of that cash a little bit longer, because it might dip back down to 90 cents. I don't know if it's going to dip back down below that, but you know, if Bitcoin does start to come down a little bit more and we go to $60,000 and from there maybe even $58,000, you could really see Matic coming all the way back down towards 90 cents or so, and I'd be loving to buy that around that zone. Because as far as I'm looking right now, this looks like we're gonna have a death cross here sometime in March. What is that? March 23rd? It's like a week or so, and so we might get pushed back down here towards 90 cents. So yeah, the lower ranges for sure. I wouldn't necessarily be buying right now unless you wanted to start a dollar cost average. So if you wanted to dip your toe in the water, yeah. Anything else, I'd probably just be kind of sitting on my butt here waiting for a larger move down. If Bitcoin does do that breakout there, then you might be a little bit more surprised. You might want to start buying a little bit more, but that's if Bitcoin breaks down. So far, we don't really have much proof that it is. All we know so far is that we're finally starting to consolidate. That's what this little pump gave us. We're just looking to consolidate right now. There you go. NHL, yeah, Mog. I'm hoping Mog has a good run up as well. What's the deal with that? I live in Washington State and I'm not allowed to stake certain coins on Coinbase. Why is that? When you can't at many other states, Washington State lawmakers are protecting us from ourselves. That's pretty much how they put it. New York does it as well. Remember, Washington State is a liberal state. Not all liberals like cryptocurrency or want us to be able to trade cryptocurrency. They really want the dollar to reign supreme. So, and I think part of it is conservatives have latched themselves on the cryptocurrencies, you know, because they like the DeFi, right? It's not as centralized as the government would like it. So, they just want to protect us from, you know, bad investments, because, you know, if you think about it, we're trading this for a cycle. We're not necessarily holding a lot of these meme tokens and stuff for very long terms, but they assume we're going to treat this like it's our 401k or something, and we're going to be losing all of our money down the road. You know. And always discount. Mumu hit 39 million market cap in 4 days. Ooh, damn, that sounds nice. Hey, Oscar. It depends on what your goal is, Oscar. I don't know if you're day trading, swing trading, or going long-term investing. I've already been buying up tokens every drop. I buy more Bitcoin, I buy more altcoins and stuff, but that's for the cycle, right? That's for the cycle high when Bitcoin's at $100,000, and that's for me selling months from now. If you're looking to, you know, hold for 24 hours to 36 hours, to me, I would probably be waiting a little bit longer to have a nicer move there. If you're buying right now, you might be looking to hold for maybe up to 10 hours, and you might be looking at something like that. Because so far, because we're in this downtrend here, we're probably going to go up, get rejected, then come back down. But if you want to trade from, you know, here to there, you can. I'm not doing it right now because I'm going to go out later on tonight and drink, and I don't want to pay attention to it. But I'm going to be more likely to buy on this next dip here a little bit more aggressively. Because over here, this is where we start getting over to $60,000 or so, and we start getting over to this huge level of resistance, which I think is going to be a little bit more important. Also, when it comes to Bitcoin here, let me actually get rid of those little lines there. Go. Let's go over here. Let's drop this right here. This one of the one I need to do. No, not that one. Okay. You pull out some of the Fibonacci levels that we have. Worked perfectly right here. Usually it's a tap, you know, and then we break down the next time or the second or third time. Broke down here, also breaking down below the 20-day moving average. That next one that we kind of have to worry about is 62,000. The larger one, we actually have two levels of support over here, is going to be around $60,000. So honestly, my golden zone where I'd prefer to buy up as much crypto as possible would be over here between $60,000 and $62,000. Oh, there you go. What? Oh, it's magnetized. Oh, okay, that's what's going on. I was getting pissed off for a second. You know, is over here. But if we dip down here, then start moving back up, I'll still buy over here, just like I bought over here, just like I bought over here, just like I bought over there right here. Not even buy that dip. I just bought that one because I bought too early. You know, I doubt we're going to come all the way back down here to $56,000. That'd be crazy to me. But coming back over here towards 60,000, I think that'd be okay. A more, how do I say it? I think I might be a little bit aggressive trying to aim for these levels here, but I'll still be buying this dip here. So in case I miss this, I'll still have tons of opportunities to buy more. And then in which case, what I'll do is I'll just have extra money on the side. And whenever Bitcoin manages to break out of whatever trend line we come up with, I'll just be putting that into a swing trade, if it's here, whatever, and trade it up, because altcoins will be doing the same exact thing there, and that'll make my life a little easier. But as far as what I'm doing right now, I'm not buying or selling, but if I had to choose, I would be buying for the short term here, buying for the short term. Or would that be maybe that, you know, next 8-10 hours, something like that. Scariest words I ever heard. Trust me, I'm with the government. Yeah, I don't like the government all too much, as you guys might imagine, being in cryptocurrency. There we are. Did I get Mogget or Nos or Shadow? No, I haven't had a chance to get any of those ones. I'm waiting for them to get on exchange that I can buy them on. Right now, I just don't have access to them. Maybe if I had a VPN or something, I would. But I don't even pay for a VPN anymore. I go through these spurts where I really want something and I get a VPN, but I haven't had one in a while. I'm a holder. It's not for the trade. It's to keep for the next months till the bull run. Oh, then yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. What price are we thinking with Bitcoin having? No idea. Nobody has any clue. If somebody answers that question with certainty, they are they are lying. Nobody knows at this point. Based off of how we're moving, there's a few big news events that we have to worry about, and the first one here is going to be the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. But if I was to just make a wild guess, that is very not going to be the case. I would probably say, how much longer do we have with this though? 33 days. Maybe between 69 and 70, $75,000, probably something around there. Oh, and hey, I'm very happy to see you, man. Hope you're having a good evening. Being a streamer, you should have a good VPN. What do you call, I don't know what the OPSC is, but what do you call, I typically don't want to mess with VPNs too much because the Washington state government does not like them when it comes to crypto at all. And there's been a few cases, not many, there's been a few cases where they've actually enforced the law. So I don't want to be that dumbass that got caught by the government. There we go. But again, I'm trying to mitigate all this because next year I'm moving to Panama, so I don't have to worry about any of this type of stuff. But I try to keep as clean as I can, just for my sanity. Just for my sanity. So outlook for next hour, will we hit 188? You should be looking for Solana to go up a little bit more. Hey boy. Okay, there you go. Good. Just a mean introduction to the 9 to 5 was eye-opening. Let's see. Oh yeah, 9 to 5s usually aren't the most fun jobs. I've had a few of those myself. What will the FOMC? Oh, it's Fed meeting. So basically, Jerome Powell is going to be talking about whether he's going to be raising or lowering or keeping rates the same. He's most likely going to be keeping rates the same, but he gives a speech, and during those speeches, you typically have a lot of volatility, and people are kind of freaking out because they're like, oh my God, this is very bad for the economy. Oh my God, this is very good for the economy. While nothing has really changed, everybody's micromanaging or micro-inspecting every single word that he is saying. And so you normally will see Bitcoin have a pop or a drop on that day. Operation security. Oh, I see what you're saying right there. Rune. Yeah, I can take a look at Rune here very fast. Rune's definitely been interesting the last few weeks. Well, yeah, I guess that makes it interesting, doesn't it? All right. Well, at least it's kind of close to the support levels here, and so if Bitcoin does take another drop, you know you have some strong support around 734 here. Is there a reason why? No, okay, there you go. All right. So as far as the weekly charts are concerned, everything still looks pretty bullish. Oh yeah, it just started to get rejected from some of these levels of resistance here. I wouldn't call this a bad time at all, right? Yeah, a little bit of resistance. How do these Fibonacci's work out for it? For this one, I probably have the magnets on, right? I hit the golden target right there, or the white line. Yeah, still managed to go above it as well. A little bit of support here, a little bit of support there. Okay. Oh, and it bounced off order block. Jesus, sorry, my mouse has a dog hair in it, and it's just messing up by the way I click. All right, so I was trying to have a little more of a bounce right now. This one, it could be good for a day trade if you want to take it there, but you can see that 4-hour death cross happening. I would still see if it can come down a little bit more for you to get a better opportunity if you were to buy, if you wanted to buy more. If you're holding it for the long term, you don't have to really worry about much stuff here, but the breakout's not going to happen anytime soon. This breakout's not going to happen until, what, Tuesday? Oh, I guess you may call that soon, but for me, you know, it's not like in the next hour or so. So yeah, Tuesday, maybe if you're really lucky, sometime Monday in the morning hours, but just like how we're seeing Bitcoin right now, we have that downtrend. It has more upside room than Bitcoin, that's for sure. But it's gonna have to make some larger moves, then eventually it'll probably come back down here. And then of course, if Bitcoin breaks down, it'll break down. If Bitcoin holds strong, it'll hold strong and have that breakout there. But I think it's fine. Because I think Bitcoin's a little bit more bearish at this point, I'd probably be looking to buy closer to maybe $7.62 or maybe $7.70. I wouldn't necessarily try to be buying. I wouldn't want to be buying above $8 at this point. But yeah, overall the trend is still good. You're just waiting for another opportunity to buy the dip here. But again, right now it's still kind of along because you anticipate Bitcoin going up higher, then eventually turning around sometime later on tomorrow evening. And then of course we might be looking at a little bit more of a downward move after that. But for the next few hours, 10 hours or so, we're a pretty good spot. Hey, no worries, Chun. My ledger balance is bouncing all over the place. Hope you're well. Say happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, I appreciate RW. I know I was gonna make I gotta make some more thumbnails for tomorrow for the streams and whatnot. I was gonna try to do a Lucky Charms stream, or you know what, a thumbnail where it's like me trying to steal the Bitcoin from the leprechaun, or the yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to work. But yeah, that's a lot of hard work, so I didn't have time to do it. Oh, also guys, just in case you guys want to support the channel, totally forgot about that. In the comment section at the top, I put a link up. If you guys want to support the channel, I did put up a video here, BitBoy, the world's most glorious downfall. If you guys want to watch that video, I'd appreciate it a lot. I'm testing out a new concept here, and basically I'm gonna give it like maybe 2 weeks to see if I want to do another video like it. And if it works out, it works out. I'll be doing more videos like this where I talk about influencers and stuff like that, or just kind of what's going on in the market. I kind of want to make it into a news thing of like, hey, here's what's going on here, you know. But I want to see people like the editing and just get feedback for it. So if you guys get the opportunity, check that one out, please. Guys, right now, like these regular videos that are just no money involved, just me talking on my phone, have about the same views as this one, which cost me about like 200 bucks. So do I want to waste 200 bucks again, or do I want to just keep on doing the face videos? You know what I mean? So I have to figure that out here pretty soon. So any help that you guys can give with like feedback and stuff, I'd appreciate a lot. Or if you, even if you don't have to give like detailed feedback, but like you liked it or you didn't like it, that type of stuff, because the algorithm is definitely not pushing it out whatsoever. Not pushing anything out. Let's see. Now, I could help with some graphics. Let me know. So far, it's been okay with the graphics. It's more of like, is paying for everything worth it? That's been the trouble here. Is it actually worth it? Oh, you're probably talking about the thumbnail. Oh yeah, thumbnail should be fine. Don't worry about it, my man. I thought you were talking about the editing and stuff. Yeah, the editing. It's like I'm okay with testing out, paying a couple $100 to test out the theory, but like I'm hoping it works out. But if it doesn't, I'll stick to some of my tutorial videos, and then I'm going to try to still do some videos where I give you the top 10 tokens, AI tokens, the top 5 meme tokens of this week and stuff like that, and hopefully they'll be making some good moves. But I got to be able to talk to my editor, and I want to make sure that he can work during a certain time frame, and I want to see how long it takes him to make a video, so I can say, hey, I'm going to give you this this stuff tonight, you know, this footage tonight, and I want you to turn it into a video by the time I wake up, and I'll pay you X amount of money to do so. So I'm going to be waiting for that one as well. With deciding if I should buy now, I needed Soul meme coin. You could dollar cost average into it now, but like most things, right now I'm just not buying much. I'm waiting for another dip. I've been dollar cost averaging into a lot of stuff on each dip. You know, but we're not at the dip level at this point. But still, you know, if you want to just get in there to make sure you have a position in there, right now isn't the worst time to be getting in there. And somebody just said, oh, hot. There you go. I mean, isn't it crazy how everything looks pretty much the same? This loading time is crazy from TradingView. At one point I was thinking it was my computer, but then I realized that everything over here was working the right way. Let me go back to the other one, and it's just trading. messing up a lot of the times here. Oh, it might just be Chrome actually, because Chrome takes up the most space on my computer when it comes to the RAM and stuff. Even though it said it's not even using like 20 or 30% of my entire power, it still feels like it, right? All right. So basically right now, you're looking at a little bit more of a trend line here. How did this one work out? Yeah. It was a breakout, but you see how it was, everything was negative momentum still, so it didn't really give you the green light to buy. Kind of messed up there. Well, it didn't mess up. It gave you a heads up like, hey, be careful if you're taking this trade, of course. But your next breakout opportunity is over here as far as hot is concerned. For me, though, honestly, I think it may have another false breakout here because of how fast I think it's coming down. It might actually peak again just like it did over here and fall back down. But I would say this is going to be a good opportunity to start dollar cost averaging more. It already started to break down below the 20-day moving average here, which means it could come all the way back down here towards 0.003, which is a pretty good level of dropping off, right? Another 12-11%. Anything else here, though? A 200 moving average, does it historically matter? It does. It does actually have a good point. Yeah. So if you're looking to buy in at the best price, you might be looking to buy a little bit later on over the next few days if we come back down here towards the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, which at this point is around 0.003. So, you know, 11 to 12% lower than where we are right now. Don't be surprised if we have another false breakout here. Let me go higher. This breakout seems kind of iffy. The momentum is still bearish. So even on this breakout right here, bearish, bearish, bearish. Not really a reason to be buying into it. The 2-hour, the breakout was actually bullish. It was actually bullish here. Good thing you watched the 4-hour one though. Oh, but you see there was also still a bearish change of character here, so there wasn't an incentive to buy in there. So yeah, careful with this one. There's a lot of signs telling you not to buy at this point, but dollar cost averaging isn't going to hurt you with this one. But I'd still wait a little bit longer before doing a larger buy-in for a move that goes it goes up pretty much after you buy, if that makes sense, instead of having to wait it out. Like right now, a lot of the buying I'm doing, I'm literally just buying and then watching it go down again and then buying, then buying on the next dip and buying on the next dip and so forth. Just bought IRS. Anyone got info on this? They're blowing up, seems like, but their link leads to the actual IRS website. No, I haven't heard about that one, but it seems like another meme token that might be kind of fun to play around with. I need to pull profits to elsewhere because Bitcoin has fallen 10K this week by some of these alts. Well, typically, again, you can always rotate in and out of tokens. I do it sometimes as well. But right now, I'm not even like rotating out. I'm just buying more and more and more. All of my swing trades that I had open, all of those things stopped out quite a bit ago. Because I started to sell off a larger amounts kind of around what, like March 2nd, March 3rd, March 4th. And then as soon as I saw that first dip a few days ago, I was like, this feels different. So I moved all my stop losses up, and then of course they very easily all got stopped out of during the first drop. Let's see. I know you said yesterday about inflation meeting, but do you think Doge and Bit will go record high again before halving? I'd still say they have a good shot to, but if the news on Wednesday is not good, it might take a month and a half to 2 months before we reach another all-time high. And that's without a big jolt in the Bitcoin price. It wouldn't be terrible, but something would be very off about that, I would say. Typically, we usually see Bitcoin go crazy out of nowhere, but here. Weekly chart. Right. Basically, what would have to happen is, kind of like we had over here, we had a large move, consolidate for a while. We're just going to have to go through a consolidation period. It doesn't mean we're going to fall off of a cliff or something down here to $30,000. It just means we're going to have to consolidate for a while, then make that larger move up. It may be something of a flat pattern like this over here. It may be something of a, a few weeks of just, well, that's not a good example there because that's not going to happen. it could be something of a dump like we're seeing right now, and then we go sideways, then curl back up. There could be a whole bunch of things that could happen. But if we don't have good news on Wednesday, it'll flush us out. It may even flush us out below $60,000 in Bitcoin. I don't think Bitcoin really wants to drop that far until at least Wednesday, though. I'd be surprised if I woke up on Monday morning or Tuesday morning and we're at $60,000 or something. That'd be wild. But again, there you go over here. It might take a while, but Wednesday really determines it. Because if we have good news Wednesday, you know, again, we could be popping off here, going back to another high, consolidating a little bit, whatever, and then we break out here, and yeah, we're breaking out before before the halving. Pay attention to what's said on Wednesday. If there's no surprises, we should have a good opportunity of breaking back out over the next 30 days or so. If there is a surprise, or he says something that's maybe not a surprise, but the way he says it, the tone is changed in a certain way, that might be a bad sign there. But again, we could go into next month, you know, like here. Where's the next CPI coming out? So April 10th, we have data coming out again. You know, that's within the 30 days, right? Yeah. So we could have a really good inflation report April 10th, and that could be launching Bitcoin up to all-time highs right then and there. It's going to be a lot of data coming in, but right now I think it's a possibility. Wednesday we'll have a much better idea, though. A much better idea. Hello. Sorry, Loki's over here trying to get lots of pets. And yeah, remember, Mike, don't mix different drinks or beer together. Stick to one else. I know, right? Well, normally, actually, I always mix my drinks. I can't help it. I just, like, I go to a bar or something, or a cocktail lounge, and I just try a whole bunch of different alcohols left and right. Typically, what I've been getting into lately is hot ciders with bourbon and whiskey inside of them. Oh my God, they're so good. They're so damn good. And it's because it's kind of cold outside, you know? I'm just getting used to having my hair. I'm starting to grow my hair out a little bit more, but I'm not entirely sure how much I want to grow out my hair here, so I may actually start to grow it out to be larger and wavy, where I can actually style it like a professional stylist, which I guess I pay for a professional stylist to do my hair, but she makes it bald, so I don't think she's really styling much there at this point. But yeah, I will typically drink tons of alcohol. If I'm lucky, I'll drink old fashions, but I think I'm going to a cigar lounge later on tonight, and I'm going to Uber over there, but I think I want to have an old fashioned. And one lounge by me makes old fashions without the good Luxardo cherries, and and the nicer place has much better cocktails as far as quality, but they cost a little bit more. But I think I'm gonna go with a quality one for tonight. It's been a pretty good week for my portfolio. Besides all this stuff, you know, I've been able to make some good trades out of it. And hell, very much so. For the next couple hours, like what did I say, 10 hours or so, I would be buying up different altcoins and such for day trades. If you see a breakout, have fun with it. Change your character, have fun with it. Momentum shifting, have fun with it. But I would not be holding it more than 24 hours or past next 16 hours, something like that. Because then we might be looking at Bitcoin dropping down again. Just like we were talking about yesterday after that first drop, you know. Just be aware of what your positions are doing, especially if you guys don't have stop losses, which happens to be a lot of people, it looks like, right now. And hey, the Rockefeller. No, I'm smoking a cigar a little bit later on tonight. I'm trying not to be an asshole and smell like cigars when I at least drive to the, or when I get a ride to the lounge. Just how old-fashioned myself. They're really, really good. I love it. Total Degen meme coins. It's on Solana. Solana meme coins have been. I'm excited to see where they go. Because I think what's it on there? Miro is on there as well. I bought Miro because it's on Solana chain. I have not tried any new Crown Royals yet, but I might try it tonight. Hot toddies are nice. Oh, I haven't tried this. I'm a very simple drinker, guys, but I'll try some stuff out here tonight just for the fun of it. I'm around Seattle. Pacific Northwest, Washington State. let's see. And hey, Freedom. Yeah, we're just talking about, like, you know, day-to-day stuff right now. Overall, Bitcoin should be going much, much higher. I just put up a new poll a while ago asking you guys if you thought how high you guys think Bitcoin's going. I had one I put up a while ago, but I think the numbers are too wide apart. So this time I did it something like, where'd it go? It's not showing my polls to me for some reason, and I don't know why. You see how, like, there's a poll there, but it's not showing it. Hold on, let me try this. Let me try this. This over here. There's probably a back way I can find the poll. Promotion, post right here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I can find it. Most of you guys think between $100,000 and $150,000. So 68% say $100,000 to $150,000. 16% say $150,000 to $200,000. 6% say to $200,000 to $250,000, and 10% say $250,000 and above right here. And that's out of 379 votes. I only posted this a couple hours ago, so I anticipate more people voting on it here pretty soon as well. But I just wish I could see it. I wish I could see it. I prefer Manhattan with the fresh oranges. Ooh, yeah, I love when the bartenders cut up fresh oranges and fruit for your drinks. Makes it just so much more impactful. Although I have been trying a whole bunch of random alcohols as of late, especially when you go to the bougie cocktail lounges. I was gonna go up to Seattle tonight in downtown area, but the place I wanted to go to, there was no reservations available, so I was like, ah, forget it. And I think a lot of people are celebrating St. Patrick's Day tonight as well, right? So you're probably going to see it pretty busy in a lot of areas. I don't really have much green stuff besides this one green shirt. So what I had to do today is both these shirts, actually, I wore the shirt yesterday. I put all this stuff into the washing machine for like the quick wash, washed it up real fast, and I was like, okay, now I got green, now I got something I can wear, and I'll be happy to go. And hey, Jermaine, Gig Harbor. Oh, I haven't been over Gig Harbor in a hot minute. I know there's that bridge, but there's also ferries that go over there. And hey, Felipe. Hi, Mr. Michael. Newbie, big fan here. Had a guy saying, is you calling me up to start up? It wasn't you, I believe so. No, okay. Yeah. It's probably some guy pretending to be me. I don't, what do you call? I never message people. I don't usually talk to people on social media all too much. I don't call people. I don't do any of that type of stuff. So yeah, it's bull market season. People are going to be impersonating me and everybody out there, and it's just going to be a pain in the butt for a while. But guys, no, I will never reach out to you saying I need money. I can help you out with this. Give me some money. I have enough cryptocurrencies. I am perfectly fine. I will never ask you guys for any money or something like that. And just know that during this time, there are going to be tons and tons of scams. If you guys probably were to go online right now and search for YouTube for Bitcoin Live, you would probably see a few MicroStrategy 24/7 live streams where there's some type of fake link on there, and those are scam streams. So, and they have like 8,000 people watching them because they're all bots, you know. So be very careful with those types of things. They're gonna be happening a lot more. Will Orange be anti-cash? I don't think I own anything orange now that I think about it here. I don't think I own anything orange. Here you go. Hold on. Loki wants to say hello. He's acting like a big baby right now. Hey, Loki. Hello. Oh, he wanted me to throw the toy. There you go. There we are. Oh, he's back for round 2. But if you're not gonna let me grab it, I can't take it. Oops, I missed the doorway. There we go. Can I show some charts from the past before and after the halving? Yeah, we did something like this, what, like 2 days ago, I think? Maybe even yesterday. Let me show you. It doesn't really do much. I know people have a narrative around it, but typically there's just volatility around it. The volatility doesn't usually swing one way or the other. What's that one thing? Oh, it's not doing the same things. Let's see. What is it? BitPay. I don't know where it's at actually. No. There's usually a website I go to. Oh, here. Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. I'm taking off my contacts. I'm wearing glasses when I go out. I cannot see in these things right now. Okay. So let's go over here. Let me add these on. There you go. So this is the halving that happened back in 2016. Let me make sure you guys are still seeing everything I can see. Yeah, perfect. Okay. We had a dip that came back down. This is when Bitcoin was back at what the peaked at $775. Halving over here. Not much honestly happened within a few weeks either side. Right? We'd peaked, we'd come crashing down, we were consolidating here. The technical suggested we were going to break down, right? Then we did break down quite a bit. This one, I don't put much stock into it. The more recent one, right? There was volatility going into it right here, bounced right back off, and then we kind of we're basically going sideways for a while. This one, again, we're kind of in some murky water because we were during the height of COVID. So again, a little bit of a weird experience. But you could say that maybe we dumped going into the halving. You could think that. For me, I'm not going to really let it change the way I trade. Because again, you know, right now, the next halving is just over here. What, 30-something days away? So what is that? 416? You know, somewhere close by. Over here. If you want to think about a dip happening, I guess there was no real big dip before going into this. Pretty much just went down gradually. I don't know. I would just keep dollar cost averaging while you can. I haven't really found any real big historical pattern besides after the halving, Bitcoin goes up high, right? And even there, we've already messed up part of the pattern because we've gone to all-time highs before the halving even started this time. So I think overall it's fine, but there's not really much I've been able to learn from it here. I hear speculation and I hear all this type of stuff, but if you just go look at those two, you know, there's not really much going on during the halvings here. And if the other one with the 2021, yeah, but it was COVID, and which I think was having a much larger impact than the halving on Bitcoin. Any chance for Pepe charts try to get lucky? Most tokens are going to be bought up for the next 5 to 10 hours, and after that, they're probably going to get sold off en masse. So, at least for the short term, yeah, there's some opportunities to do some day trading on all tokens out there, including Pepe token. And hey, Vegas, happy to see my man. Hopefully they did well. I'm guessing March Madness. I buy Bitcoin over every month for the past 4 years, no matter what the price has been. That's a pretty good strategy, to be honest. Although I buy it more heavily, of course, when Bitcoin's falling off a cliff towards the bear markets. Let's see, Bitcoin pumped on retail investors before. Oh yeah, what do you call it? Yeah, don't worry about these types of drops in the larger scheme of things. I think people are really freaking out with those ones, but it usually happens for newer investors. You know, there's nothing that me or maybe like a Tom Crown or a Crypto Windy or Jordan Cameron, whoever, there's not much that people like us can say to them that make them not freak out. In fact, some influencers really cause a full-on panic, like Crypto. That guy is always 1,000% on everything. He says it's either buy, you gotta buy everything now, you gotta sell everything now because the world's about to end. Do I own any Jupiter? I do not. I do not own a Jupiter. What's the matter? Yeah. Hey, Prodigy. What's up, Mike? Ran and boom on my only green coin stay emotional stress test today. How do you keep from panic selling? I still have conviction of bull run, but not this dip lately isn't easy. I usually just go back in time and I remember that, oh yeah, we're used to having these dips during a market. And typically we don't have the parabolic moves until after the halving, which we haven't had the big move yet. Again, that big move would take us up towards $100,000 plus there. You know, it's just a lot of practice. As long as you're not over leveraged, you should be fine. And if you want to, you can always scale out of some profit. But again, with me, I have the luxury of really loading up in those really bad times because, you know, how do I say this? Like right now, it's very easy for me to get maybe somewhere between 500 people watching me to 1,000 people watching me, right? In the bear market, I think maybe 50 people were watching me, and we were just dollar cost averaging and talking about day trades, what was happening, news, doing some stocks and options, Forex plays, checking out some of the news going on with CNBC, Fox Business, stuff like that. You know, if you're able to buy back then, you're kind of okay with scaling out even right now. Even though we haven't even had $100,000 from that, you're fine with it. But if you've been able to buy more recently, you're basically just dollar cost averaging and having some hope that we are going to go much higher. But if you feel like it's not working out, you don't want to continue dollar cost averaging, you can basically just wait for another Bitcoin breakout and just skip all of this right now and say, Bitcoin's down, I don't want to buy right now. Well, next time I buy Bitcoin, I want to be confident that when I buy, it's going to be going up for the next few weeks or the next few months, right? So that's always a way to kind of mitigate some of that stress there. Hey, Solitude. Starting out with $50, is it advisable to buy Bitcoin at this price or wait for movement on Wednesday? I'd probably wait for Wednesday unless you want to start dollar cost averaging. Because basically, you know, if you're only starting with $50 and you're looking for a trade, a day trade is fine, a swing trade may be fine. The swing trade is what you're probably waiting for as far as Wednesday. On the other side of that, a long-term investment that takes months because you're hoping for the all-time highs, like $100,000 plus, you can buy that whenever you want to, and you just basically let it sit. So even for that as well, you open up the door for dollar cost averaging. So you can buy 20 bucks today, 20 bucks next week, 20 bucks the next week of that, and so forth. So you have a little bit of an average of the past, like the next 1 month, basically 20 bucks every month, or it's 25 bucks every month. That should work out. No, you said 50. Yeah, 10 bucks, 12 bucks, 12.50, whatever it is. You can buy that every week. Yeah, zoom out. Yeah, that's true. And those 50 people getting rich with you? Oh yeah, no, it's fun times, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of streamers that weren't getting much people watching them back in the day. But you know, all I was doing, just doing trading, doing my thing. It was pretty nice. I was making videos, making more tutorials and stuff. I need to get back to making more tutorial videos. I'll start doing that a little bit more here with my editor. But that should be fun. There you go. All right. But okay, buddy, it's 9 o'clock. I was going to end this stream around 8:30, but I wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit. I'm going to end this stream right now so I can go out and enjoy my night here. I still have to get ready here. I'm wearing sandals and not shoes. I got to put some socks on and stuff. I got to find 2 socks that have the same logo on them. But anyway, everything's still fine for it now as far as the downward move. I'm not too concerned with it. I'm anticipating another move down coming tomorrow. I'll be surprised if we have some type of robust, very crazy move. But if we do, I'll be technically okay with it just because I was able to buy each of the past few dips. Even though I have cash on the side for more, you know, I'll be okay with it. Maybe I'll try to buy the breakout if it does happen, but it'll happen sometime when I'm sleeping, to be honest here. And I beg you, if you guys can, whenever you guys are free, I put out the video today about BitBoy. If you guys can watch this video, all the way through and comment a couple times on it, maybe once or twice, or however many you feel comfortable with, and upvote, it goes a long way to helping the channel, because I'm really trying to see if the algorithm will take it and push it out, and if it does, I will try to make more of it. But if the algorithm doesn't do anything with it and it has the same amount of views as my normal videos here, right, I'll just stop doing those types of videos, because it won't be worth the investment, of course. And hey, Danny, thank you very, very much for the super chat. I'll put that towards some type of alcoholic beverage tonight. Just not entirely sure what it's going to be, but I appreciate it a lot, guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's normally my day off. I might be live tomorrow. If something crazy is happening, I'll be live, and something probably will be crazy. But me and Loki are going tomorrow, and thanks, Gamer, for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Me and him will be going back to the farm, the ranch, so we can hang out with that female dog again to make sure everybody's happy before I know for a fact I'm going to be leaving them together when I go to Vegas next month. So most of my day tomorrow will be booked, and the evening I should have more free time, and of course it'll be a great St. Patrick's Day stream, okay? So everybody have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much, and thank you guys, Paula, B-Way, Alone, Danny, Edward, Discount Gambit, right there, Freedom, see you guys, hi, Cocktoshi, and appreciate everybody, and Lone Boy as well. See you guys.